So it appears now, and I tend to agree, that this whole thing with Iran is a show. It's theater. It's nothing. It's nothing. Consider the fact that Iran knew the US was going to strike and removed all of their nuclear materials before it ever happened. Consider the fact that the US knew Iran was going to strike today. They told them in advance. Everyone had been evacuated. Everyone knew it was coming. Iran has told their people that they have destroyed the US military base, which apparently all the missiles were intercepted. And of course, the United States, is telling us, because listen, we're no different than the citizens of Iran. Our leaders are just a different color. The United States is telling us that they have destroyed all of Iran's nuclear capabilities, which we all know is a big, fat lie. This whole thing is theater. It was opportunity for Donald Trump to make the whole Israel Iran war about Donald Trump. The Israel Iran war is an actual war. US involvement is theater meant to prop up the president of the United States. I've talked to a couple of oil market analysts this morning who both told me this whole thing is bullshit. And that is being reflected in oil prices today, which are now down, I think, over $5. Oil prices are crashing while the US is at war with Iran. The markets don't believe it. The traders don't believe it. More and more people are starting to see what this actually is, another scam by Donald Trump. That's what this is. Another scam by Donald Trump. And let's not forget that before Iran retaliated, the Trump administration came out and said that if they in fact retaliated, they would be met with the full force of the US military and like whatever. They would all perish. Whatever crazy stuff he said. Now that Iran has retaliated, the Trump administration comes out and says, we're not going to respond. We're not going to do nothing. So, unless he's in fact lying about that as well, which I think this is probably the one thing I believe him on, this thing between the US and Iran is probably over. Because the whole thing was a scam to begin with. The thing with Israel and Iran, though, not over. Iran still has all of their nuclear capabilities. We've done nothing about that. The US president gets to say he defeated Iran's nuclear program, which we know isn't true. And, the supreme leader of Iran gets to say he took out a US base. Everyone wins because they get to go lie to their voters. Everyone wins because they get to go lie to their voters. Yeah. Been duped again. Thanks.